Hello dear students, welcome in this online session of 8th standard, and the lesson which we are going to refer today is lesson number 4. I hope you are enjoying it at home in this pandemic situation, and I also wish that you are following all the kinds of guidelines which is provided by our state government and also central government. So what else we can do at home? We can study, we can refer our syllabus, and also we can go along with our knowledge. So this lesson which I am going to refer, which I am going to make you understand in this virtual lecture, is also depending upon the same theory. So let's see the lesson of 8th standard SS subject, and which is the lesson actually making you to understand about the Supreme Court. So now you can easily access whole of the textbook as well, chapter number 4. Now what is Supreme Court? If you don't know about the Supreme Court, you must see this video very carefully, and in the multiple times is that you need to go with the 2, 3 or 4 times also with this video, so that if any question is coming in the exam, you can easily deal with that question. So the highest of the court is the SC court, means the Supreme Court. As well, you can say the Supreme Court deals with the very kind of the cases and all which are higher in their own value, the criminal cases, the property cases, the state-wise cases, the country cases, lots of kind of cases. So this lesson will make you understand that how you can be also very useful. You can be also use your brain on when you are stuck in a problem, and also you can how make yourself amendment towards the rules and regulations. So this lesson is all about, as I am showing you the image, you can see there is Supreme Court node for investigating global global trenders to revive KGF mines, also to set up all the kinds of things related to the Supreme Court. So now let's start this lesson. This lesson's first page, that is page number 27-26, says that easily you can understand about the thinking relation with the Supreme Court and the safeguarding of the welfare of the people also. Therefore, one thing is pretty sure common. Laws are required for the safety and the welfare. Apart from that, when the citizen or the institution are actually breaking the laws and all, specific processes followed to address them the issue, and they're also eligible to pay the penalty. So therefore you can see that there is a hierarchy of the courts and impart justice in our country, and it starts with the taluka court, also the lowest court, as we know that, and that is how it is succeeding with the district court, then goes to the high court, and then comes the Supreme Court, the court of all the courts. What is judiciary? If the question is there, judiciary is an independent section of the law, and it must be independent, and that is how we can say the organs of the executive or the legislative or whatever the government is there must be working independently, and in this independent law everybody must be equal, and that is actually the law is framed out. So what does independent of the judiciary means? The question arises here. You can see out here that there is any relation between court or your village, city or Supreme Court located in area, and the answer is no. If you get the answer of this question in this chapter, it is good for you. So now let's see the chapter. So before starting the chapter, you can see the image of the Supreme Court is already displaying on this big screen, and which is looking very majestic. So student, you can identify yourself that what a nice kind of architecturally Supreme Court has been designed out here, consisting internal library also and a powerhouse station also. You can see the videos also. YouTube is available. YouTube is making you to see the videos available of Supreme Court and all. And we need to move further towards our lecture. So what is Supreme Court? The first topic also, the paragraph also, and the question also. After seeing the 4.2 image of the Supreme Court, we need to go with the first paragraph. What is the role of Supreme Court, or what is the Supreme Court? See, generally if we go, then we can understand that Supreme Court is the highest court. Like other courts are also there, but Supreme Court is the highest court among all the courts in the nation. It also came into existence on the 28th of the January 1915. That is how it holds the right and conferring the fundamental grants also to issue by the Constitution. Therefore, citizens have right to file and appeal any kind of cases in the Supreme Court if any his or her fundamental rights have been violated, if anybody has been threatened by any group, if anybody has been violated any his or her own rights and regulation, he or she can be going and knocking the door of the Supreme Court. So that's how the institution can be also fined. Any citizen or the institution can file a petition to in the Supreme Court and also to avail for the justice according to the viewpoint. So therefore we can say कि according to the public interest this Supreme Court is working out here. So the constitution and the advance feature is also advising the president and the parliament in the same way regarding the people also, that it also enjoys the power to review the judgment passed about from the lower courts. Whatever the judgments are passed from the lower court, if you are not satisfied, if you are generally not satisfied, then obviously there are some kinds of chances where you can ask and you can go with the doors of Supreme Court, and that is how we can say that you are actually not losing the faith over the constitution, Indian government as well the Supreme Court too. So Supreme Court can review that case which has already been cleared in the lower case, in the lower court. So the Supreme Court solved the dispute also between citizens, government, between like stress between two of the centers of the states also, as well as understanding about the other projects too here. So one case we'll be taking in this lesson, that is related to the Narmada movement case. Okay, Save Narmada, Namami Narmada. Okay, so now see on the second page. Now you can see this, it's a very beautiful dam. Okay, this is the Narmada dam, 4.3 figure I'm showing you over the screen. This is the Narmada dam, which is making you understand that which kind of cases was running on behalf of Narmada dam, that is Save Narmada project. Now see, the protest against increasing the height of Narmada about 110 meters, which was actually meeting near Navagam. So environmentalist organization as well, the NGOs from Madhya Pradesh and other regions were fighting for this right. Okay, terrible, we can say like tribals who would also lose their land. See, if the height of Narmada is increasing, obviously Narmada will be needing some amount of land. It means Narmada will be going from internal villages also. Therefore, the height of the villages, it may be lost also of the nearing people. So we can say there was a project running on, Save Narmada project. If we don't expand Narmada, then obviously Narmada will be vanishing after some time. So the Supreme Court passed a judgment on 8th March, that is 2006, that conflict between two states, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. So that is how it was also necessary to carry out the project, and there was a positivity development in the environment and benefit all the kinds of living beings to the Sardar Sarovar Yojana also. So they made a Yojana that was named as Sardar Patel's, on the name of Sardar Patel's name, that is Sardar Sarovar Yojana. The arid area of Rajasthan, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh would get water. Expansion treaty was done, and that's how the expansion of the desert could be also kept under control. Expansion of the desert means when the land is not having any kind of fertility, when the land is not having any kind of humidity inside that, it is becoming soil to the sand, and that is how proper rehabilitation of the tribal people were also affecting. So the arid area of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, as well as the water will be not expanded if this project has been not completed. So therefore they kept under control of this project and all, and they also gave the permission, and that's how we can say proper rehabilitation of this tribal areas also affected by this project were somehow controlled, and they should be given the top priority, and hence the fundamental rights could be protected too here. So therefore the project of Supreme Court relating the project of Narmada relating with the Supreme Court was also somehow studied out by the help of people. Now you can see this activity which is showing you 4.3 Narmada dam, and if you go more further, then we can understand which kind of cases were they given. देखो, dispute between the central state. देखो, here what is written, fill in the blanks with the below judgment published in the different newspaper. Now what kind of judgment can be there? See, cases, how the cases can be there. Cases can be between states, between two citizens, between two persons of the government also, and dispute between the persons and the institution also. So this is how we can say these kinds of cases were studied out. And as if we go more further, then we'll find that after solving the Narmada case, one question is arising in your mind, in my mind also. Why is judiciary important? Why is judiciary important? Judiciary is important to make trust and to also sustain trust of the people as well the democracy. Apart from that, judiciary is also important to control the crime, to control the bad works and all. And apart from that, judiciary must be independent. So now we'll be reading, now we will understand why is judiciary independent. So see, Imagine yourself in a situation where a powerful person is actually making you to feel trouble, okay, captures the land belonging to you and your family. Okay, you go to court. What do? You just go to court and you get your property back. But the system is such powerful that a powerful system influences the court also and can remove a transfer judgment of the judge also. Therefore, in the situation, the judge would favor the powerful person only. So what we will do? A case is there, as I am telling you, okay, if your land is actually captured by a powerful person and he is actually controlling the local area of the court also. So when you're filing your case is just closed and shut down before referring, and you're not getting any kind of you're not getting any kind of your justice. So what you'll do? So if the judiciary is deprived of freedom, means if judiciary is kept under control of anyone, if the power influences people that can control the judiciary, there would be no impartial judgment. There will be all the judgment over the side of wrong people only. There will be all the judgment over the side of criminals only, and the right person will be always losing faith on his own country. That's why we can say, that is why judiciary has to be kept independent. Judiciary must be independent and without any kind of fear, without any kind of bribe, without any kind of other judgments. Judiciary must do the decision while observing the case. No favorism must be conducted there. So that is why we can say thus one of the judges must be appointed from the High Court and Supreme Court, and it becomes very difficult to expel them from the respective position. So that's how both the judges are coming from the different category. So if an individual feels that his or her fundamental right is violated, he or she can go to the court also. So if you think that if your fundamental rights are violated, then you can easily knock the door of the Supreme Court. So this lesson is all about telling you the relation between the democracy, the relation between trust and the Supreme Court. Now as if we go more further, then last line says that, okay, are these courts various level connected with each other? Yes, of course. Now see, yes, they are. To understand, let's understand the procedure of the filing petition. If an individual finds a judgment which is given by the lower court not satisfactory, and then he or she can also file the case once again. Therefore, to understand this concept, let's discuss a case. There is few houses in the southern direction where Ratlam municipality had controlled the road. Okay, controlled the road, or you can say like contributed the road. Now behind the houses was an old road leading the government college. Okay, two of the houses, behind the houses one road is there going to the government college. Near the junction of the old and the new municipality road ran a culvert of the dirty water. Okay, culvert of the dirty water means like a drain. Okay, a drain is running from there. Now what is happening in that case? Because it is becoming source of foul smell also, as well the mosquitoes also. Slum developers answered the natural calls also by the side of culvert only. Means the people are doing their urination, people are going for their excretion also at the side of that same culvert, which also makes the whole environment very dirty. What will happen in this case condition? Slum develops there also. So the health is actually deteriorating, as well it has failed in the control of the mosquitoes also. So the resident and the repeated we can say areas writing the they are like writing an application, okay, as a result to remove this dirt around from the health benefits and all. Okay, so to remove that whole amount of garbage and all, to close that pit, but they fail to take care of it. Okay, as a result the residents will appeal to the taluka court, and then they'll be going to the subdivision magistrates also. So like this we can say the Supreme Court can be actually working out, and all the courts must be connected with each other. The last line says that, okay, whenever you found any person, okay, you can say this man is pulling the cart. Now any citizen can appeal in the Supreme Court. Is that true or not? So see what is it is written. Okay, we have learned that any citizen can appeal in the court for the protection of his or her own rights. But in reality, poor people find very difficult to go in the Supreme Court. Now why it is that? Because see, the procedure not only requires a lots of money of the Supreme Court, along with that the paperwork, but also it is very consuming of the time, and poor people don't have that much time, so they are not allowed it, or they are not allowing themselves to go in the Supreme Court. So for a poor person who is illiterate, especially who is illiterate and incurring regular income, becomes really tough to go to the court remand, and the justice also. So keeping in this fact in the mind, the Supreme Court has announced the provisions of the public interest litigation also, that is PIL. It means that in the year 1980 it was actually started. So with this, Supreme Court has made an effort to maximum people can reach up to the court for the justice. Means Supreme Court is allowing the poor people especially to go to the lower court or a joint body which is working near to the Supreme Court, and they can appeal their cases. So that's how we can say if any person fundamentally is violated from his rights and regulations, High Court or Supreme Court, after getting the PIL, that is PIL, according to the Act of 1980, it can be forward proceeded. Okay, it can be procedurally studied out by the group of judges and the other people also. So for the example, PIL were filed to the 3 to 4 labors for the inhuman labor or release of the prison from the jail in the Bihar, and after that the term was actually given for the punishment too. So these are the general things where we can say Supreme Court is actually helping also, and Supreme Court is also making us to understand what is the rules and regulations, how we can live very, very harmoniously. The last line says that if the Supreme Court finds any PIL regarding fundamental right or implementation in the inappropriate, then court may push and punish the person or group of people of the institution. If you are actually filing a wrong case, then Supreme Court can ask you also for the determination, and if you are found guilty in that, obviously you are also going to get some kinds of punishment, or you need to also pay some amount of penalty amount too. So this lesson was still here only. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, my dear student, and I also hope that you will actually learn your best. And apart from that, you will also know that what are the rules and regulations of your own self. Before being cheated, you need to go and make yourself very smart enough, and whatever is happening in the nation, you should not take law in your hand. You should wait for the department, you should wait for the court, you should wait for the policeman. Do not try to violate the traffic rule also, as well as the general human rights too. So take care, see you there in the other lecture. This was the lesson which is referring around the 4th chapter, the Supreme Court and Indian judiciary. Take care. Jai Hind.